Hello, everyone. My name is Gaz. Welcome to the first episode of the Third Order podcast. This is literally just a Star Wars podcast. Like, there's literally nothing else to it. I'm with Kai and
Yeah.
my friend Sammy. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves? Uh,
I'm Kai. No, I'm not that. I'm not that little kid from fucking Young Jedi Adventures. What are you talking about?
Mura, I need to
Hey,
talk to this
I'm
shit.
Sammy. I'm just a snowtrooper who bumped his helmet on the Death Star. So yeah, I like Star Wars. Big fan.
And he's also like a
Same.
yapper. He's also a yapper.
He's Yapatine. We call him
Emperor,
Yapatine. 'Cause he
Emperor
cuts.
Yapatine. Emperor Yapatine.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
Yep.
yeah. Hooked up with Tarkin.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then
He has some. He has some sus pictures from that.
He has some stuff
Yeah.
with Tarkin. All right, so for
we
the first episode of the podcast, just want to just talk about like what we like, and just as an introduction, and then next week we'll talk about like Bad Batch predictions, and then just go from there. So first question I want to ask you guys is just like, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? I'll answer mine at the end, but just what's your favorite Star Wars movie and why?
without doubt Empire.
That's
It's
so
just
real.
so
Yeah.
such a good movie. Like, I grew up with that movie watching, and Luke is like my
That
favorite
movie.
character, so
I will say like Empire like falls into the middle of my list specifically for like the Han Solo stuff. I just wasn't a fan of it, but like everything else I loved. I think Bespin is like a
Same.
really cool planet. I also love the
the
Bad Batch.
reason yeah, the reason I love it is because the bad guys actually won.
That's
I
so
mean,
And
real.
yeah.
I think that's why I'm really liking. I mean, I wouldn't say they won in the Last Jedi. Like, I think it was more of like a. I think it was more of like a like sort of like stagnant. Like the First Order just kind of just grew since then, since the Last Jedi.
yeah,
Um, but
I mean, you could say in Last Jedi they had a major setback, but I don't think they
they
lost.
did, but like again, like in that year between the Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, you see like the First Order grew like super like insanely big, and like I
Super
would
huge.
I really
Super
wanna
huge.
I really want a story about that. Honestly, I would love to see an animated series between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Also, just to see how Ben Solo found out that Palpatine's alive. I just think it'll be really cool.
What's that
I
one?
mean, if
What's that one Star Wars animation they did? Or I don't know if it was Disney or something, but they did it like episode one, episode two, episode three, I think. And it was like
Was it
really good.
The Force of
It
Destiny?
wasn't Visions. It wasn't Visions. It was like Galaxy something. But they
Galaxy of
had
Adventures, yeah,
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 that one, that one.
I
But
haven't seen
like
it.
the sequels,
I would love that. I think I just
that
want
would be
more
sick.
sequel era content. Like there's like so much potential, but it's just like it's just getting ignored. I mean, I don't know what's when we say ignored because we're getting a lot of stuff with Ahsoka right now, and like
I think
Yeah,
for,
number
for,
seven dead. The orange little sister.
Orange
I
Little
think
Sister.
for Rose's character, in my opinion, she was kind of not wasted, but she wasn't that of a good character. But I could like seeing
When
like
I was in
her.
fucking high school. Let's just be honest here.
No,
Yeah,
Like
but
down
I
to the
think
With
fucking
Rose
haircut.
yeah,
with
I think
Rose.
she would have been a good character. She can be a good character going forward. Like, I mean, she's one of the leaders of the resistance, I guess.
What I love about Rose is how she helped Finn realize that the Resistance is worth fighting for. So when people are like, "Oh yeah, Rose, she's a useless character," I'm like, "No, she aided Finn in her arc. If anything, she was a useless character in Rise of Skywalker because JJ didn't give her anything, which I'm very upset about.
Because
Yeah,
a woman doing anything that nowadays is so horrible.
Women, am I right? No, I'm kidding. Women,
I'm
am I
looking
right?
at you. I'm looking at you,
Yeah.
Star Wars theory.
Can we say that?
We're not even 5 minutes in. We're already roasting Star Wars theory. That's amazing.
Oh god.
But Kai, what's your favorite? What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
I said probably like episode one, just because, or like any of the prequels, because I grew up with that shit, and
No, that's
like
fair.
it just is.
that Phantom Menace poster is like literally amazing.
Dude, I love that Phantom Menace poster.
Like that might be my favorite Star Wars poster ever. Just like with the little Anakin and then the fact that Shmi is on this poster and Jar Jar isn't is like
represent Shmi, man.
Though I don't.
Shmi is on the poster. Just Jar Jar isn't, and that's like insane to me.
Yeah, they're just like, let's move Jar Jar and put Shmi instead. She's more important.
I like the Empire magazine where like Jar Jar is like front and center. Like that's like hilarious.
That's base.
That's great. It's such a middle finger to those that hate Jar Jar.
I don't hate Jar Jar. I just think his comedy in the movie didn't work so well because I think it plays at wrong times.
It wasn't needed, I think, because it was such kind of a serious movie. So it was like
it's also like he had like the most charisma out of like anyone. Actually, no, maybe
he's a Sith Lord, you know.
Maybe Jake Lloyd's Anakin. I think Jake Lloyd's Anakin was probably the best character in that movie. I'll be honest.
He was adorable.
Jake Lloyd. I hope he returns to Star Wars at some point. Honestly,
no, he quit acting. He quit acting.
He did quit acting. But like, look at like Ahmed Best when he returned and everyone praised him. I just wish we'd get something like that for Jake Lloyd because I want. I know. He needs to know that he's appreciated because like
he needs like a Christian. He needs like a Hayden Christensen fucking redemption.
Yeah, like I said this on Twitter, but when Phantom Menace came out, I wasn't born, but when I saw it, I was like looking at Anakin. He's a young boy around like kids' ages when they'd see like Phantom Menace.
He's like 9. He's 9.
Yeah, he's 9, and it's like, but like imagine like seeing a 9-year-old kid. Like someone 9-year-old kid watching the movie, seeing another 9-year-old kid become a Jedi. Like
that's fucking sick.
Like that's awesome, and like also destroy the entire Trade Federation, which like that is totally
not a red flag.
That is a Gary Sue, but like I do not care. Like as long as it empowers
Gary Sue. Oh my god.
That's what they call it. That's what they call it. I mean, that is a Gary Sue kind of thing, but at the same time, I don't care.
Listen. The thing about Luke and freaking like Anakin and stuff like that, they were the original Gary Sue. Ray just fucking carried that.
I mean, hey,
Ray just carried that.
Ray is a Skywalker because she is a Sue.
I mean, if Ray is a Mary Sue, God is a Gary Sue.
Ray will never be a Mary Sue.
Ray's not a Mary Sue. Oh, we're getting into a debate now, Ray's a Skywalker. We're getting into that debate now.
Never a Skywalker. She will never be a Skywalker.
I mean, look, the sequels aren't perfect, but I like Rey in those movies.
I love Rey in all the movies. Like
Palpatine and the Skywalker bloodline. That is not okay.
I think here's my thing with Rey Skywalker. Rey, for the entirety of those films, was searching for a family. And at the end, she found a family. Like in Force Awakens, when we saw her, I was like, by the end,
I'd rather her be a Kenobi rather than a freaking Skywalker.
By the end of the trilogy, she's gonna be a Skywalker. I think that's what
Obi-Wan can have her ass. I don't care.
I love Rey. I think she's a great character. Disagree, that's fine.
I will say I would like her to be like a nobody. But
I like her being, I prefer her being a nobody, but I also like her being a Skywalker. I like both. I think the nobody aspect.
Ray Skywalker.
I think that the nobody aspect to it is really powerful. That like anyone can use the Force, and I mean
that's kind of the point. Like everyone has like. You don't have to be a Jedi. You don't have to be a Sith to freaking use the Force. I don't get why people always are like, I'm like, no.
I also love that Dave Filoni is now doing that with Sabine.
I know,
which I was really worried about it.
Mandalorian and a Jedi, they'd never seen it coming.
I was really worried about it at first, because we haven't really seen much of it. But I think learning that like Sabine wanted to trade in the Force when everyone died in her family during the Night of 1,000 Tears.
Yeah,
like. I just think that's like incredible, and I love that. But as for my favorite movie, I'm gonna have to say it's The Last Jedi. I think that movie is.
We all know what your favorite movie is, dude. Last Jedi.
Yeah, I know. Last Jedi is my favorite one. It's.
Yeah, we know.
I think it's the least. I wouldn't say it's the least Star Wars movie, but I think it's the movie that impacted me the most.
It's the Star Wars movie where freaking Luke gets sucked up by a fucking Force ghost vacuum.
Yeah, and drank green milk.
Oh yeah,
I love how everyone uses that as a way to say the movie's bad. Luke drank grain milk for 5 seconds, 0 to 10 movie, and I'm like,
no,
man.
Luke literally just fucking latched onto a space cow's tits.
Man, I saw a theory about why he drank green milk, but I'm not gonna bring it in here.
Oh, let's hope to God that wasn't the same milk that freaking Mark had to drink in The New Hope, because I remember him hating.
No, it's probably better, honestly. It's probably
just actual milk dyed green.
It's like the green eggs and ham. It's like green eggs and ham.
I've
The
had
milk's
that
just
before. It's
green.
actually not bad.
Amazing.
My parents used to make that for me on Dr. Tuesday.
I love that. Next question.
Great.
Next question. Who's y'all's favorite character?
Oh, that's a hard one.
No, that is a hard one.
There's a lot of good ones.
Sammy's just gonna say like Stormtrooper TK-47 or whatever.
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
TK-421, and he's a go. Shut up.
Dude. Aw,
Dude,
my chips.
Dude, he survived the Death Star.
Was he the one that hooked up with Tarkin?
Yeah, in the From a Certain Point of View book.
He's the one where you got those sus pictures from.
Yeah. No, but I'd say Luke Skywalker for me, at least in the
You're
OT.
such a cliche. Such a cliche.
Yeah, but I just love the thing about
who's
him.
Your favorite who's your favorite fucking character? Jedi.
Jedi isn't a character.
Darth.
Jedi.
No, I just love his journey from being a farmer boy in Tatooine, wanting to join the Imperial Academy, to becoming like a Jedi. So yeah, that was
took that. Imagine if he took that other route. Oh my god.
Do you like him in the sequel, Sammy?
No, I do not.
Why? Because he turned fat and blue.
No, I think. I mean, I understand people who reason with it, and it's like, yeah, he changed from who he was in the OT, but I think it completely character assassinated his character. But
I can understand why people think that. My thing is like I feel like over time, as we get stuff like Book of Boba Fett, we see how he's following those old Jedi ways. For example, like attachment. Because again, Luke doesn't know any better.
I swear to God.
Luke doesn't know anything about Luke doesn't know much about what happened before, which I can understand why he'd follow that.
Baby, don't hurt.
Which is why I can see him that. But I think Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, I've said this before millions of times, is my favorite version of Luke Skywalker. He helped when I was going through it.
I can never respect that version of Luke Skywalker only because Mark can't respect him.
Mark Hamill went back on his statement. Mark Hamill went back on his statement. I say this every time. Like Mark Hamill went back on his statement because those interviews that he did was before he saw the movie. He saw the movie for the first time on the red carpet when it was like premiered, when everyone watched the movie, and he changed his mind about it because the movie wasn't finished, and he went back on it, which is completely fine. And people will try to use that excuse of saying, "Oh yeah, Disney paid him," and I'm like, "Do you have any proof of that? Do you have any proof of that?" And they're like, "No," and I'm like, "Exactly, Disney didn't pay him. You're just
physical evidence." Not physical evidence, because Disney likes to bring up their tracks like a fucking Secret Service agent.
But no, Mark Hamill didn't get paid to like the sequels. I generally just think that.
I mean, honestly, in general, even minus what Mark said, I just can't respect him because I was just like, why is he so depressed?
I can understand that. I just like how like you get such a positive character and then flip it on its head and it's like, what the hell happened?
And it's also the fact. That's our good.
No, it's like I just love seeing broken characters and then them like going back to the light. It's why I love Obi-Wan.
I'm also used to Legends, Luke. Like I grew up with Legends and the Clone Wars and stuff, so I was like, where the hell is this Luke? Why is he so boring?
I don't know much of Legends. I want to know more Legends.
Legends has.
Let me put it this way: Luke in Legends fought the fucking Force itself.
Oh yeah. I heard Luke in Legends is literally overpowered, and it's like
I don't like when people say that.
Oh yes.
I don't like when people say that George had nothing to do with the Legends continuity, because he literally told the writers not to kill off Luke. So he was like, "You can kill off Chewbacca instead."
Also, like the legend stuff, like was like never even really considered canon, or it was in its own canon. I mean, I don't think it was considered canon because, like, I know Dave Filoni said that George Lucas only said
it was considered canon until 2014.
I don't think so. I remember Dave Filoni saying in an interview that George Lucas only said the movies and TV shows were canon.
Yeah, but he said that after George quit.
True.
But yeah, Legends, of course, has its downs as well as its ups.
Yeah.
Like Luke getting freaky with one of his Padawans after she died.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's canon.
Yeah, well, I think I prefer the old Luke Skywalker. I think I prefer the new Luke Skywalker. No, Kai, who's your favorite character? I keep forgetting the questions.
Hard to say. Like, do you want to say the modern version or the old version? Because it would be like old version Qui-Gon Jinn, modern version motherfucking Ahsoka. Because yeah,
Ahsoka's awesome. I love Ahsoka. I think her. I love her show. I know Sammy, you don't like it, which is okay.
It's
Sammy Morton doesn't like her.
Sammy's yapping. I'm kidding.
I mean, I think the show is a 3 out of 10.
Hey,
but
Sammy, what's your opinion on Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Oh my god, not this again.
It's a vile piece of filth that deserves to be decanonized.
That's gonna be like an own episode. It's gonna be like Sammy yapping for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
On Obi-Wan Kenobi, but for 45 minutes.
Literally. But my favorite character, I don't have one. I think it switches constantly. But I think a character that'll always be in my top 3 is definitely Darth Malak. I just find his character awesome.
Him and Revan.
I think I prefer him over Revan, to be honest. I just find him so cool.
I respect Revan because he's just a troll of the fucking Sith Lords. Like, honestly.
I also, I forgot who the character was. He was in, I'll look it up. He was on the Jedi Council, KOTOR Jedi Council. He was the Yoda species.
Yeah, that other Yoda motherfucker.
I forgot what his name was.
Do you mean Yaddle?
No, not Yaddle. Not Yaddle.
Oh yeah, right.
Not Yaddle. I forgot what his name was. Vandar.
Vandar,
he's so cool. I love him. He's awesome. I love Vandar.
Yeah.
As for like canon though, I think my favorite canon character, at least like new wise, I'm gonna say. Actually, I don't even know. I'm just gonna stick with Vandar and Malak.
I mean, it's pretty hard to say what your favorite character is. You're like, okay, what era?
I think Plo Koon.
Old Republic, like.
I'm gonna do by era. I think Plo Koon's probably my favorite in the prequels.
I love Plo.
Luke Skywalker, Vader, and original trilogy. And then for sequels, I'm gonna give.
I can never do like the cliche, like, oh, what's your favorite? No, I'm like.
I think Kylo Ren might be the best written character in the sequels, to be honest.
I mean, yeah.
Because
it's only because he's a Skywalker. Only the Skywalkers are freaking good.
I remember.
And they're all dead.
I remember like when Adam Driver's interview came out about how like he wasn't supposed to have a redemption, and everyone was mad at that, and I'm like, I really like that he had a redemption. Like Luke died, so Luke died so someone could redeem him. If he didn't get redeemed, then like Luke inspired the galaxy, but like
Luke died for nothing, which he kind of did.
No. He didn't die for nothing because he inspired hope to the entire galaxy. It's why a bunch of ships flew into Exegol.
The actor for Starkiller and Maul said this, Sam, where he was like, Luke, in the end of me too. In the end of the movie, he doesn't really apologize to Kylo. He's just like bullying him.
There's nothing to need to apologize. Like, he
does say I'm sorry. He does say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, nephew of mine, for almost killing you in your freaking
He
sleep
was
and
he
thus
was
putting you
never
on
he was
dark
never
path.
he was never gonna kill him.
No,
He's
because he
never.
wasn't
He's
there.
too much of a pussy.
He wasn't.
He's
He
too much of
wasn't.
a pussy.
Yeah,
It's
because he
also just
wasn't
not
even
in
there.
Luke's character. Luke wouldn't kill him. He would think about it, yeah,
Well, yeah,
he
because
has
Luke's
those
a fucking
instincts.
Jedi, and Jedi don't kill without a fucking reason.
He has those. He
Ah.
has those. Luke Skywalker has those. Not intrusive thoughts. What the hell's the word?
Intrusive
He-
thoughts.
Intrusive thoughts.
Bro, let
probably
his
does.
intrusive thoughts out.
No,
No, he's got the Skywalker bloodlust where he sees a child and just like, oh, lightsaber time.
No, but he's impatient and he's which is why he pulled out the saber because he thought it could end it quickly, but then he realized, what the hell am I doing? And then like he said, blast
No,
me like a
'cause
flaming
it-
shadow.
It's funny. It's funny because Yoda was like, oh, I'm not gonna do Leia because Leia's a girl and whatever, and then Leia turned out to be better than fucking Luke.
That's an inconsistency though, because Luke planned a whole thing in ROTJ with the plan at Jabba's palace, so I don't see him as reckless. But
No,
It's,
like it's also he did plan that, but it's also you see him, he swing out his lightsaber, Jabba's palace, but you also see him, he's like literally almost kills Vader and Return of the Jedi. Like I feel like being impatient is part of his character.
Literally, almost.
Yeah, and I love that his whole journey through Last Jedi was just accepting failure, and I love that, and it's something I go back to
That's
all
great.
the time.
Yeah.
And like you may not like the character, but you gotta I'd say you gotta respect the reason why they made his character the way he did, because he
respect
inspired
the Skywalker drip, Karen.
respect the Skywalker dream. But no, I think I love Luke Skywalker in the sequels. I love him in Rise of Skywalker actually.
Oh, he's great.
When he lifts up the X-wing, I was like screaming.
how is that thing still working though?
Yeah.
Star
That
Wars.
makes
I
no
don't know.
sense.
Last question
doesn't
though.
make
Use
sense.
the Force.
Last question though. Favorite show. Favorite Star Wars
Clone
show.
Wars, easy. That's easy. It's Clone Wars or Tales of the Jedi.
That's her.
Do you mean Slop Wars, Demon Wars?
Oh my god. Sammy's just yapping. No.
Yapping.
No. I think mine is either I think for me it's Bad Batch. Bad Batch is my favorite. It will always be my favorite. I watched
Bad Batch is great.
I watched it with my dad every single new episode, and so it's like a series we bonded over. And now it's starting
Okay.
over, and I'm in college, and I was like, oh, we can't watch it together.
Yeah, obviously my one.
Sorry, Daddy.
Obviously, my is Andor because it gave me a new perspective on Star Wars. So
Oh yeah, Andor
I
was
can't respect
awesome.
any of the freaking live action ones except for maybe a few of the Obi-Wan ones. I'm gonna give Obi-Wan a chance here, and then freaking Ahsoka, of course.
I love. I mean, I love all of them. I love all live
Yeah,
action
they're
shows.
great. They're okay.
I love Book of Boba Fett for how it reinvents. The
I only
character.
don't like Book of Boba Fett because my dad kept just screaming, "Is that Boba Fett?" in my ear every 5 minutes.
I loved Andor, obviously. I loved Ahsoka because I love the. I love Ahsoka for
I
seeing.
love that.
I loved Ahsoka and part of the Mandalorian for seeing like the corruption and the failure of the New
Yeah,
Republic, and that's a video I
For
definitely
real.
want to work on whenever.
I have
it's
always despised the New Republican canon, even back when they had a book series called Aftermath,
Yeah.
where they would demilitarize their army or fleet, and I thought that was just fucking stupid.
Well,
But
yeah. That's the
And it
point.
was.
That's the point. Like
Yeah.
the New Republic is stupid, which is why the First Order rose to power. Like for me, it kind of reminds me of the Russian Revolution in the sense of like there's a revolution, but
Well,
it
who the
doesn't
hell
turn out
is
great.
Rasputin then? Who's Rasputin?
I don't know who I don't know who Rasputin is.
but the thing is, they don't need to be stupid. They can at least
No,
have a fleet.
Exactly. Like the New Republic is just incompetent, and I love that we're seeing that, and we're seeing the the cracks that lead into the sequel trilogy, because I think that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like that's the thing I love most about Star Wars. It's not the trilogies itself, is that the cracks that fill in between these trilogies and make it all connect. And that's my favorite thing. And I think that like in 10 years time, I think that people are going to love the sequels. I think it's going to be
And then it's gonna be like the prequels all over again.
it's going to be. People keep saying it's not going to be, but
I mean,
no, it's going to be. I 100%.
I know
No.
people who still hates
I
the
burnt my
prequel.
cheese. Eh.
I remember seeing Rise of Skywalker, and there was this little girl dressed up as Rey seeing it, and I'm like,
Oh my
right then
god,
and there,
it's so cute.
right then and
It's
there,
so
I was like,
cute.
these movies are gonna be loved in 10 years. It's also like
Dude,
they're gonna
the
love
amount
that
of
corny
children.
dial. It's
Yeah.
also like all the children love the MCU, and then now like
Yeah.
now Star Wars kind of had that sort of MCU humor, and it's like yeah, these kids are gonna love it. Like they fly now, like yeah, these kids are gonna love it. Like,
I preferred that one they fly now scene rather than the chase in the water and like Phantom Menace. So
oh yeah, no, we're gonna do a maneuver. Moves like slightly to the right.
you know, I just
That
think
sure was a
that
bongo.
the characters were so stiff in that scene. They were like, "Hey, calm down." It's not like, "Oh, we gotta get away from here." They don't show emotion, in my opinion.
No, I love Phantom Menace because of I mean I don't know the story of it that well. I still don't know the story of it like pretty much at all. But I think I really like as the
A cocky
beginning.
Jedi and a sassy Padawan go to fucking find a boy.
I love the politics in that movie. I will be honest here. I love the political
Great.
aspect of that movie.
It's great. Yeah.
But yeah, just any.
I will say,
Yep.
I have issues with the show, but I think TCW handled politics brilliantly. I gotta say.
100%.
My wife will
100%.
refuse to watch it because of the fucking politics in Clone Wars, and I'm like, then skip the politic episode.
I mean,
It's not
politics
that
is like
hard.
the politics aspect in that show is like one of the most important because
That
you know
too, yeah.
you deep dive into the separatists like Mina Bonteri and
There was
Yeah,
a video
so-
that released called "The Politics of Star Wars," and it was all about like the fall of democracy to fascism, which was very interesting to me. Which is why I wanted to do a video like that for the New Republic, the First Order, because I think it's very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
But does anyone have any closing thoughts?
Oh god, I burnt this.
well, it was nice talking
Nice
Star Wars,
talking.
and I hope
I
you
hate
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say same.
Oh yeah! All right. If you guys enjoyed, subscribe to see more of this podcast, which will
Chaoticness.
be Sammy just yapping for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If you like, subscribe.
What the hell?
Link
Have
to
a
these
good one.
people will be down below, and have a good one. Thank you.